What's going on, guys? I am back and I am scaling my video editing and YouTube strategy agency again. And my goal here is to add an additional $10,000 to our agency in the next 30 days, all from Upwork. And I decided to basically make this into a series where I post every day, 5 to 7 times per week, giving you guys an update and just taking you along on this entire journey. And if you don't already know who I am, my name is Nico Hessel. I'm 22 years old. I've already made $100,000 from Upwork, and I've helped hundreds of people make money and succeed on Upwork through my school communities and one-on-one mentorship. So you can see this is one of our school communities. I'm in the wins column right here. If you scroll down, you can see over 330 wins in here. So safe to say we've done pretty well. And to give you guys just a bit of context as to why I'm making this series and why now and why am I just doing this, just getting to this. Well, for the last really month and a half, 2 months, I've been traveling kind of nonstop. I started in Bangkok, then went to Singapore, went all over Europe, then am now in Brazil. And I'm a bit settled down in Brazil. I'll be here for a full month before heading back home to Bangkok in my apartment. So it seemed like a very fitting time to really kind of ramp up the agency again. Because when I was traveling a lot, I put it much more on maintenance mode, sending very limited amount of proposals and really just serving the existing client base that we currently have. So with that being said, here's going to be the structure we're going to go with for these daily updates. Every day, I'm going to log the info into this spreadsheet. That's going to have the date, how many jobs were applied for, how many connects were spent, how many connects were purchased, how many messages we got from boosting our profile, how many messages we got from sending proposals, how many calls were booked, how many of those booked calls showed up to the call, how many of those show-ups ended up closing and hiring us, and ultimately how much cash was collected that day. And again, you can pretend that I'm starting from scratch. This is just going to be from new proposals that we are currently sending in April as I'm starting this challenge, right? So with that being said, April 8th, to give you guys kind of a quick walkthrough, we applied to 15, and even before I get to this, the current cadence that we go for is the team applies for to 15 to 20 jobs Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So it'll be roughly 50 to 60 proposals per week. And we'll currently kind of just ramp up that volume as we go, right? So April 8th, which was yesterday, we applied to 15 jobs. We spent a little over 330 connects. I purchased 1,000 connects. We got no messages from profile boosting. We got 1 from proposals, and that guy has not booked a call. So obviously there's no show ups, no closes, no cash collected, right, from these 15 proposals. Then today is a Thursday. Obviously we didn't send proposals, but we got another message from the proposals that we sent on Wednesday. And so again, each daily update, I'll kind of walk you through this tracker. I might cover, what these messages look like, what these calls look like. I might show you guys a specific clip from a call. I might just give you the update. We're going to feel things out and kind of see how things end up going. But to give you a quick look at the messages, this is a lead that came in, I believe it was yesterday, Wednesday. And he just said, "Hi, can I see your portfolio?" So, not a terrific lead, not a terrific message, but it is what it is, right? Some of them come in like this. So you can see I just said, "Hey, Robbie, sure thing." And I linked our Upwork portfolios in here, right? And gave nice little labels for them. The other message that came in today was from a guy named Kenzo, who was asking what our price would be for a couple test reels, basically like a sample reel. And that happens to us a decent amount of the time, right? Like the majority of our clients are ordering like a bunch of videos each week, each month, right? At a lower ticket. So maybe $100, $300, $400 per video. But they just order a lot more of them, which is ultimately how we're able to make more money, right? It's not like a super high ticket service typically. But regardless, and so, as a result of that, a good amount of people end up asking us for a test clip. We don't do free work, but we will do a paid test, right? So that's what the Kenzo message was, and I'll give you guys a nice update on that tomorrow when I reply to him and he replies back to me. So that is basically the quick update on this end to give you guys a little bit more context as to like our company, the structure of it, what who's responsible for what. I am responsible for managing the team that sends our proposals. I'm responsible for the appointment setting, like you just saw in my Upwork messages tab. I'm responsible for the sales and the sales process. And then after I close a client, I hand things off to my business partner, who is our operator, who manages our video editing team. And we currently have about 10 to 12 video editors. We're onboarding 4 more this week. So really getting ready to kind of ramp things up again. That being said, like I mentioned earlier in this video, I'm going to be sharing everything. All the details, when stuff goes right, when stuff goes wrong, good reviews, bad reviews, just all the like day-to-day, the kind of the nitty-gritty stuff of running an agency that isn't super sexy, but it's the reality of it, right? So I'll be sharing, everything and all of that fun stuff with you guys. So with that being said, that's all I've got for today's daily update. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow.